Well, guys, Forspoken is no longer the worst game of 2023. Soccer! Forspoken couldn't hold that title. Okay, soccer. So, for a couple of years, we've been hearing about this game that was being developed for the next generation of consoles in mind called The Lord of the Rings Gollum. And people are like, oh, it's because of the last gen consoles holding the game back, blah blah blah. Some people are going to defend this game. But not surprisingly, this game is a pile of shit. Basically they showed these cinematic trailers and how good it looked. But again, the user scores beg to differ. I don't know why I gave this game a score. I don't know why I gave the game a score, but apparently once they give a game a score, you can't go back. So apparently, I have never played this game. It's probably $70 too, so. But World of Rings Gollum is a complete and utter failure. Just like Forspoken. And you can even look up Forspoken on PS5, and the game has 3.6. World of Rings Gollum is at a 1.6 currently. Yeah. So this game is going to be one of the worst games of the year. The absolute state of AAA gaming in 2023. Holy, I have no idea what the publishers are thinking reaching this game is current sake. Oh no, wait, I know, do money. On console, the audio and performance is scuffed. I recommend playing a PC as possible. I can't believe they released this game for 2023. It feels like even dated for a 2004 game. It'll probably blow up your console and not even a desk. Console side really just felt hard to touch. I'm returning this game to the store tomorrow. This game is good, but it's not worth my console. Okay? As well. And we see time and time again AAA gaming does taking L's on all consoles. Okay? Xbox, you had that one game called Redfall. Okay? I think that's the game's title. You had Forspoken. Okay? Failure. You had, now you have on both consoles, World of Rings, Gollum, as well. And Redfall also is pretty bad, but it's not, I don't think it's as bad as World of Rings Gollum. And you know what the funny thing is? The game is not on the Switch. That's like every AAA game ever. Okay? Even though the game would probably run super badly on the Switch, if it fails on the quote unquote greatest console of all time, the PS5, well, even though we all know this generation of consoles is disaster, why is the game giving me scores again? But look at the cinematic trailer, the game looks so good. The game looks so good. Oh, they're using it from World of Rings 2 Towers. Wow. But at least on PC, people don't really have problems with the game. But on console, of course, the game is $30, so people are going to be more critical of games now. I think because of the $30 price tag, people are going to be more critical of games now. It's just the sad reality. Game developers pushed for $30 games. Okay, especially PlayStation and EA. Okay, both companies push for $70 games. And yes, games do still sell if they're $70. God of War sold pretty well, Tears of the Kingdom sold pretty well, Hogwarts Legacy sold pretty well, despite all games being $70. But the difference between something like this and, Tears of the Kingdom, God of War Ragnarok, and Hogwarts Legacy is all those games are well beloved by the fans. Okay, God of War Ragnarok is one of the best received games of last year. Okay, having an average user score of 7.9. Tears of the Kingdom. Which is the newest Zelda game, has an 8.7 average score by the fans of Zelda. The average score being 8.7. Hogwarts Legacy, which this is for the last generation console games. Apparently, if you play it on the last generation console games, don't buy Hogwarts Legacy. But on the next generation of consoles, at least have very positive scores. 8.6 average for the Xbox Series X version, and PlayStation 5 version is an 8.7. So both versions of the game are very well beloved. And let's not forget how popular Elden Ring was. as well. And even something like Sonic Frontiers was still very well received. So it still seems that good games are being made. But since most games suck nowadays, and once you want to play indie games like Pizza Tower, which is a very well received game, but again, Pizza Tower is only on PC. So if you want to play it on Nintendo Switch or PS5 or Xbox Series X, you can't play it. But they're eventually gonna put it on all consoles at the end of this year because of how popular Pizza Tower was. But again, War of the Rings, Gollum. Again, why are they giving me? I didn't play the game, so I don't know why they keep keep putting scores. But oh yeah, it's because I'm logged in. That's why I'm logged into Metacritic because I wanted to be logged in. But overall, there are still good games coming out. But those good games are few and far between. We used to live in an era where people just picked up games and played them. It seems that the quality of games have gone down. Which is why people think this is what, in my opinion, this generation of consoles is the worst since the Atari era. Well, which caused the gaming crash to begin with. I don't think we'll have the gaming crash as like the 1982 gaming crash. I think it's 1982 or 1983 gaming crash. Okay, it was in 1983. And it ended when the NES came out. I don't think something like this would happen again. Okay? Because you're still gonna have good games coming out, and as long as there's still a couple of developers who still have passion for making good games, and you still have indie game developers creating amazing experiences for people who love indie games, you're still going to have people play games, okay? But the AAA gaming market is probably going to have a crash. And most companies are going to be losing millions of dollars, releasing broken and buggy games when they could just release the games finished at once. I'm just saddened by the modern state of the gaming industry because during the PS3, Xbox 360, and GameCube games, I can just go to the store and get a game for the GameCube, and the game could just play just fine. For example, I had this Mega Man game because I wanted to see how great Mega Man was. Hey, I didn't really like the game that much because I sucked at it. But hey, at least the game was complete at once. Give it that. Okay. Hey, even though this game wasn't that good, even the critics didn't like this game. It was called like Mega Man Network Transmission. Hey, at least the game was finished at once. At least they finished the game before it came out. At least they finished the game before it came out, which is a rarity nowadays. So even though this game isn't that good, at least the game was finished. And was complete at once. Another game that I don't really think people really like that much was called CB Robo. It was a fun game to play. Guess what? I got it at the store when I was younger, good, because I thought the game looked cute. Guess what? The game was finished and it was complete and it was a fun game to play. It was just that simple. Games were complete back then. You didn't have to hope and pray to Jesus Christ that the games were unfinished. And I think the whole reason why developers do this now is because of the internet. Because game developers think they can just release a product half-ass and say, okay, we'll patch it later. And yes, the game when it's patched and finished is good. Cyberpunk is an example of this. But releasing a game unfinished leaves a very bad mark on the game developers and the franchise and the game series overall. I don't think many people will be returning to Fallout because of the failure of Fallout 36. I don't think many people will be clamoring to buy a Cyberpunk sequel. Until game developers get their asses together and realize that releasing games complete at once is a good thing, and it'll help drive more sales. And games like Hogwarts Legacy and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and God of War and Elden Ring are selling so well because they're complete at once. Also, they don't force some agenda or something down your throats. They're just good stories of good characters that people actually like. And it's funny, I didn't even play any of those games, but that's basically what people describe all four of those games. Okay? Because there's still developers out there that put love and passion into the games as well. except for Sony when they copyright strike people for leaking the games. But I think I've learned my lesson from that and won't cover any more quote unquote image leaks of game images being leaked before they come out. But yeah, I remember the day when games used to be complete, like TB Robo. Yes, the game came out basically at the end of the GameCube's lifespan, but at least the developers put passion and love and care into the games. The glitches were far and few between. It seems that even Nintendo is falling into this trap, at least with Pokemon. Okay, but again, that's Game Freak being lazy and rushing out games, even though Nintendo should at least have a couple developers if they want a couple different development teams if they want to keep Pokemon running the way it is while trying to keep an open world. The reason why Pokemon's release schedule worked in the past was because they used sprite and 2D artwork as well. I think people will be fine with not every Pokemon being available in every Pokemon game if the Pokemon games want complete and not buggy. Okay? And yes, Pokemon Scarlet Violet did have a pretty good storyline. It did have good characters. But the problem is, the game had so many technical issues and errors and bugs that it's just hard to play a game that's like that. It is unbelievable that Game Freak wants a game like Pokemon Scarlet Violet in the state it is, as well. Well, but again, the game still sold 20 million copies, so Game Freak's not really going to learn the lesson and release the next Pokemon game finished. It will be up to the consumers if they want to continue consuming broken and buggy releases, which I highly doubt they will. Well, so that is it about this video. So Lord of the Rings Gollum is yet another failure in the modern gaming industry. Sweet. This is exactly why, and I actually thought the game looked cool. But again, I'm not too surprised that people didn't really like this game. And the game wants out gritty and buggy. I'm not too surprised at this whatsoever. So that's basically this video here. Goodbye.